crash your OBS?
Because it's an
And
old.
not itself actually. And
Because it's an old 2009 Japanese like PlayStation 2 port, and it decides to randomly crash different things at random intervals. Oh, we have the same headset. I think. Because I also have a pair of Sades. Yeah, I think that's the older model of the one I have. That's kind of cool. We literally have the exact same headset, in a way. Also, for the people who are coming back to the stream at this point,
Okay.
yeah, my thing completely obliterated.
yeah, I had this pair of headset, like I changed them yesterday, so
So how you liking them?
now I've got some Razer Kraken Ultimate.
Ooh,
Yeah,
you got
I
some,
needed
you got some
that
fancy stuff.
surround thing. Yeah, that THX surround thing for Rainbow Six Siege because I couldn't hear any player coming from behind, like right.
Oh, you
I
played
mean,
Rainbow Six Siege? I did not know that. You never mentioned that before.
oh man, the lag. Why do I lag so much? I can't hear you anymore. I don't know why. Okay. Yeah, I never mentioned that before. But that headset is okay. I mean, the Sades one, the one I got before this, that was okay for sound. I mean, it was well balanced, and the mic was okay, but the surround was virtual, not real surround, like the Razer one.
Now that makes sense. Honestly, if I was gonna get back into competitive play, especially like Rainbow Six Siege or Counter-Strike or like competitive Overwatch again, like I would definitely get a better pair of headphones because you definitely want to hear like footsteps or anything that's out of the normal.
Yeah, I mean that with all the pair of headphones, it was like all mixed up. I couldn't hear precisely a sound coming from behind.
Now that makes perfect sense.
I only this headset only has a problem.
Yeah, the boss.
That's caused by USB
my
grounding.
OBS crashed because
it has a little whistle in the left.
No, my
headphone
OBS crashed because I
it
alt
can
tabbed
play-
to look at a
So I
something that
and
demo showed me.
the USB electrical interference just makes this whistle appear when there is no sound playing. So it's really subtle. It's barely noticeable, but that's a problem that you have with USB grounding of your PC. So it's good to get like an externally powered USB hub, but I don't have money for that now. So
Alright, the boss.
I don't mind.
I think you're probably going to bed, so I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, hope you sleep well. No, that makes sense.
Why did you like hit that mute button?
Oh, I forgot. You're actually like watching my stream as well as listening to me like live on Discord, right?
Yeah, but I just muted your stream because I don't want to hear you 2 times.
Oh, okay, yeah. I keep hitting the mute button on my end because I figure like it's respectful to like mute myself in Discord as well as like I'm talking to like, cause I was talking to Boz because he came back in the stream and was like, oh yeah, like did something happen, so I keep like hitting the mute button to like talk to him, so that you don't have to like hear me talking over you while I'm still listening to you.
Oh.
I try. Yeah, I was like, I try to be respectful. I don't, because especially when I talk to like other streamers, like people who are streaming at the same time, like I basically have the mute function where I can keep like hitting the button and like mute myself so that like I don't talk over other people.
Yeah, but you can talk without muting. I don't mind. It's not a problem for me.
I was like, I'm kind of just used to doing it at this point. Like I said, it's more of just I don't want to be rude to the person I'm talking to.
Yeah, I know.
It's more of like a force of habit.
Actually, what do you play some competitive games? Like
I used to play I actually used to play competitive Guild Wars 2. I used to be really high ranked in that, but also I used to play Overwatch.
oh, so you got Overwatch.
Yeah, I do have Overwatch. I haven't played that game in 2 years, I think now, but I was relatively high in that. I used to play, in fact, if you know anything about Overwatch, I used to play with a lot of the professional people back in the day, because I was that high that I could actually like be in games with professional people.
Cool. I never played with professional people in a game.
Well, I wouldn't say like I necessarily played like physically with them, like I wasn't in Discord calls, but I ended up like placing high enough / being like decent enough at the game that I would end up in their games. Yeah.
Like the automatic matchmaking function.
Yeah.
Placed you with some high range.
Yeah. So I was decent enough to make Grandmasters, but I would play with a lot of. I try not to talk about it a lot because like I don't think it's that impressive, but I was decent enough to make Grandmasters, and I ended up playing with a lot of top 500 people. So I guess I'll just name drop like all the people that I played with back in the day. But I used to play with Surefour, Boombox, Big Goose. Can't think of too many other people. Taimu, Linkser. All those people I had played with once or twice in competitive games.
Oh, so
Dante.
you just could have become a professional player.
I mean, I guess if I wanted to, like, I definitely would have to have practiced more than I did.
Yeah, but you were high enough, I think. I mean, you should practice more and more to get better results, but you were high enough.
That's kind of like, those are kind of like the dark days of me playing video games, because like I was saying earlier in the stream, maybe I think you were having breakfast or whatever, so you didn't hear, but yeah. I had spent like probably in college, because that's when I played a lot of Overwatch when I was still going to college. After I'd finished my homework and got home from classes, because classes weren't like in elementary school like K through 12. They weren't like 8 hours. A full course of college classes would be like about 4 hours.
I know, in Italy school is completely different.
Yeah.
It's not easier, but it's like an old method, I think. Because the people in Italy call this method old.
Mm-hmm.
Because we go to school, we don't change classes like students in America. We just wait the teacher, and we don't have lockers or any storage thing like.
Mm-hmm.
We all take things from home to school. We don't have lockers. Yeah, it's different.
I was like,
actually, we don't
fun fact.
study.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
What?
I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you to finish.
Yeah, we don't study the same subjects, I think. In the same way. It's different.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. I mean, I'm assuming you guys learn like math at like a faster rate than we do. It took me till like junior high, like when I was 17, to start learning like actually decent math.
Oh.
Yeah. I started learning trigonometry, like basic dumb people trigonometry, when I was 17. So I know in the UK and like most of Europe, you guys learn math a lot faster.
Yeah, I'm the first year of high school and I'm actually learning maths, hard maths. So yeah, it's difficult but not so difficult. I don't know. I mean, it depends on the method of studying that you developed in the time you just did go to school. I mean,
you know, that makes sense.
yeah.
Also, maybe you have experienced a little too much of movie media, but contrary to popular belief, lockers are actually not really that popular in America. I know a lot of
Actually, I didn't get this information from movies.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was like,
I got this information from my English teacher, and
oh,
I don't know.
I was like, oh, because
Yeah,
I actually don't know a school that has lockers in America. So, I mean, we had lockers for gym, like to like put your clothes when you like switched out your clothes for gym class, but
we do not switch clothes for gym.
wait, so you just like the same clothes you wear?
Yeah, and
So-
they get angry if you wear the wrong clothes for gym. You have to go to school with gym clothes. Yeah, that
Wait,
yeah.
hold on. I might have had too much alcohol, but what? How do you not have the right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's strange. I know.
So you wait? Do you have to wear the clothes you're wearing to gym to school, or you're just supposed to bring another pair?
You have to wear these clothes for school. The right clothes. Otherwise they get angry and they won't make you have PE. Like yeah, that's
I'm like,
strange.
I'm like, I want to like understand what you're saying, but like what you're saying makes like no sense in like the context of like
Yeah,
reason
you have to
of like
wear-
reasonability.
I know. That's not reasonable, in fact. I mean, the only thing they make we change are shoes. We can bring shoes to school, 2 pairs, and change them. But you have to wear the right clothes right before going to school. And yeah, I know that makes no sense and it's strange, but that's why I say that everyone says that's an old system, because it is an old system to learn things, but I don't know, it works at least, so
I mean, yeah, I feel like at least you're getting a better education than I got.
why do you say that?
Because I'm thinking back on like my K through 12, you know, like kindergarten through like your grade school years. I don't physically think I learned anything.
Oh,
Like actually going to school. I learned a lot in my life and doing things. I don't think going to school helped me do that. And I feel like that's a problem
Wait, so
when your system is based on like, oh yeah, you're supposed to go to school to learn things. Well, did you learn anything? It's like, no, but you're supposed to get a job and become a successful individual based off of what you learned in school, but what you learned in school wasn't anything helpful.
yeah, like we really lack ITC. I mean, computers sucks in our schools, and they don't. They just make they just make we learn how to use Word, Excel, PowerPoint. These things they don't actually tell what is a PC, what PCs does a PC have, like the CPU, GPU, RAM. They don't explain any of the things. They just pass this thing. I mean, they say that what is RAM, like RAM is random access memory and all these things, but they don't tell you important things of computers. We just study this for the first 2 days, and then we use Excel, Word, PowerPoint, all these Microsoft softwares. So it's really boring because I mean I don't need Excel.
Well, I mean, there's like a duality with what they're trying to teach you, is because technically, as far as like if you want to be like a gamer or whatever, or like understand how computers work, like you should know how that works. But realistically, how school works, at least from my understanding of like the traditional means of why they made schools, is it's supposed to be a catch-all, and they're supposed to teach you like the most air quotes useful skills for like however the world is today.
Yeah, that's why they created universities.
Well, yeah, because I was like, long story short, like what I've told everybody for years, like K through 12, like up until you're 18, like school doesn't fucking matter. It's literally just you're intended to show up, do the work, and you will pass. Like school at that point it literally doesn't
it's
matter,
like
because
leveling up.
Yeah,
you don't get anything until you reach the maximum level and you get a reward.
Until you get the next job advancement.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious, because then I tell people that all the time, and I'm like, oh yeah, I went to college for 4 years and I have a degree. I have a law degree. I have a criminal justice degree. I still don't fucking know anything. I have to keep telling people, like, yeah, I still don't know anything. They just still literally didn't teach me anything in that time I was there.
Yeah, I think I learned more English from like movies, games, than from school.
I was like, that's just a fact. Like I can't even deny that. I learned more Spanish. I had Spanish for 3 years in high school, and I have learned Japanese passively on the side. I know more Spanish and Japanese based off of half my family is Hispanic, and I just love anime and like learning the Japanese language. Me physically going out of the way to learn it, I learned more than what I was forced to learn in Spanish class.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to learn watching movies or playing games. I had 3 years of French class. I don't know a word of French. I like know only bonjour and oui and stop.
I mean, clearly you don't know bonjour because you didn't even accentuate it. Where's your Italian accent? You didn't even try to give me the romantic.
I didn't accentuate it because I don't mind.
I'm just giving you a hard time, but you know you didn't even accentuate it, so it's like how can I feel like you actually learned anything if you don't even do the punctuation?
I don't know. I actually don't know anything of French.
I mean, that's like indicative of like school doesn't really like teach you anything, especially because you don't really learn it because you want to learn it. It's because it's kind of forced upon you.
Yeah. I mean, you have to learn French. I mean, you can like decide or choose to learn French. You have to, and it's boring, and it makes you It makes you don't want to learn it. I mean,
Well, yeah, because you
Sorry.
you didn't physically have the choice. I don't know how it works in Italy or like for you, but for me, I had the option of 3 languages to learn in high school.
I
Spanish.
the options of 2 languages.
I was like, I had 3. I had Spanish, which I mean makes the most sense because where California is, right below us is Mexico, and if you know
Yeah.
if you know the population of California, like 40 to 50% of California is Hispanic. It's like that's the most useful one. The second
Yeah.
option was French, which is completely useless because if you think about it, France is literally in the UK and on the other continent, and the only other French-speaking people are in Canada, the Canadian French, who don't use standard French, so that doesn't make sense. And the third one, which you'll never guess makes any sense, in literally America, the third option was Chinese.
Chinese?
Yes.
What?
Yes, the third option was standard Mandarin. Not Cantonese, not anything else, Mandarin. And I'm like, I don't even know a
Why?
Chinese person. Why would I learn this language?
What? Okay.
So realistically, like,
French.
I didn't get the option of picking what I wanted to. Because, like, what what would have been cool to learn? Like, German, or Russian, or Japanese, because I actually
Yeah,
like Japanese.
I could choose French or German. That was my choice. And I didn't choose any of that, just my mother chose them. And she chose French. And I don't mind learning German or French, actually. Yeah. So,
I was like, I'm really bad with my geography, but which one's closer, Germany or France to Italy?
yeah.
It's Germany, right?
Yeah. Right, right, right after Italy, there is Switzerland, and then there is Germany.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, literally the most useful one would be the one that's closest to your continent.
Yeah, but there are so much Italian-speaking people in Switzerland and in Germany. Yeah. I
And
like know so much people that born in Italy and then just moved to Germany. I mean, I don't know why. I think that's better. It's better to live in Germany. I don't know why. But so much people move to Germany. Or
I mean-
Switzerland.
Germany is kind of nice. Switzerland's probably better, but Germany is nice. They have like a way better political dynamic than, I think,
Yeah.
than Italy right now, if I remember correctly. I don't really keep up on my world politics, but I think it's slightly better.
Not slightly. Actually, it is better.
Well, as I'm saying, I was like,
mean-
I forget how Italy works. I'm not trying to shit on your country because I'll be the first one to say like America sucks.
You should. You should.
Well, as I'm saying, I was like, I'm the first one to admit like America fucking sucks. I would say it's like literally worse than like a third world nation.
Italy is good. I mean, the food is good. The place is cool. I mean, there are some places that are beautiful, but politically, it's shit. I mean, we have so many. We have money to pay to other countries, and our politicians can't pay this money because we don't physically have them. So they keep like taking money to do things, and then we don't pay money back because they just we pay taxes, but they just take our money and they use only a part of them to just pay these debts or to solve problems.
You know what?
Just
That's
to not seem so suspicious, but they actually like steal our money. So
I was like, you know what? That sounds like a lot like America. Only air quotes America is like #1, and we're like, you know, like the best nation. But realistically, our own overlords are just taking our money from us, and essentially doing the exact same thing.
yeah. And that's it. But there is pizza. Actually, Naples is where pizza is born, and I live next to it, so yeah.
Which is interesting because if I remember correctly, I was watching a documentary at one point with Mario Batali before he got into all of his weird sexual scandals and like got taken off the TV. But what is your what do you guys consider like traditional pizza there? Because if I remember correctly, tomatoes were not native to Italy.
Yeah, they were not native, but it's pizza dough and tomato sauce and some mozzarella. I mean, some classic mozzarella.
So as far as you know, like a classic pizza still has tomato sauce.
Yeah,
'Cause-
and it's called margarita.
Ooh, I do like a margarita. Although I know Italy is more known for its limoncello.
Yeah, I really like limoncello. It's good, but I know that's that's an alcoholic thing. But don't ask. Okay.
Well, listen. Number one, I never ask anything. Number two, I completely forget EU logic with drinking. But it can't be any worse than America because we have to be 21 here. So I want to say it's like 18 or 16 for you guys to drink. But you guys are also known for like your wine. So I want to say maybe like 16 is your guys' legal drinking age.
Yeah. Mi dissocio, basta. Mi dissocio.
Was that a good guess or was that off?
That was Italian, and it means I dissociate myself.
That's still not helpful.
Yeah, I mean, we use mi dissocio when we like say something that is like against the law, and then we say mi dissocio to get away from what we say.
Oh, so it's like to like change the subject.
Yeah. Not only to change the, like, if you say I wanna kill a person, I mean, that's an example. Don't take it personally. Like I wanna kill a person. I was like, then...
I'm deeply offended because I feel like you're clearly talking about me, and I'm like, that's fine if you feel that way, but you know, I didn't do it.
No.
I didn't do it.
I mean, if you say I wanna kill a person and then you say mi dissocio, you're like saying I don't want to kill a person for real.
That makes sense.
That's the meaning.
I also like how when you dumb it down for me and you speak English to me, you also don't say it exactly the same way. You kind of sound like a foreigner when you use Italian phrases when you're speaking in English.
Why?
You don't notice that yourself when you say it? When you say mi dissocio, when you say it to me,
yeah,
it sounds very like English is kind of like your second language that you've perfected in a way. But then when you're actually speaking it, kind of like when you were casually saying it, it sounds like you're actually from like Italy, like you're Italian. It's like it sounds perfect. You don't notice that?
I don't notice that because I can't hear myself with this headset.
That makes sense then, because yeah, I was like,
I barely hear myself.
Okay, that's fine then.
So
But
that's why I can't speak English properly because I can't hear myself.
I mean, your
As
English sounds
as
pretty good.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, you don't have to thank me. It's like it's all you clearly, but yeah, your English sounds pretty good. I would not believe that like you weren't confident in English unless you like trip up and then you're like, oh yeah, sorry, like you keep apologizing, so that usually is indicative that somebody's not a native speaker or confident in their ability to speak another language. But other than that,
Yeah, that's the
I
problem.
wouldn't assume that you didn't know English. At least like
Yeah.
perfectly.
I mean, I'm only not sure speaking English, but I'm not confident in myself, but I know how to speak it.
I mean, I get it. I've been speaking English for 25 years and I'm still over here like I'll hear a word, I'm like, what the hell is that?
Oh, yeah, that happens with Italian too. Like, did you know that cringe became an Italian word?
Really? That's actually surprising considering usually only English adapts like every single new word that comes at slang.
Yeah, like hot dog is an Italian word too.
Really?
Yeah, mouse is an Italian word. Not keyboard. Keyboard is tastiera, but mouse is mouse, and it doesn't have another name. So we just stole some terms from English.
I mean, let's be honest, every language kind of does that when they just can't be bothered to adapt or like try to like make meaning of a word from another word when you introduce new language. Because realistically, like, English is the worst. I'm gonna be honest. Every other language makes words simple and or you can infer what you're talking about or guess what you're talking about based off of like connotation. English is the only word where you have to say like a 40-50 word sentence to explain like this happened to this person. Like you have to over fluff the sentence just to be like Becky talked to this guy. But instead you have to have like all these conjunctions like the woman at the front desk ended up speaking to the receptionist on the other side of the building, when realistically it'd be like this person talked to this person in any other language.
Yeah, like I don't know how to say it in Italian. I mean, receptionist. Vabbè. La receptionist ha parlato con l'altra receptionist.
I was like, that sounds
It's in
that sounds super fast. It's just like it's convenient because it's every other language attempts to simplify it. Only English is like, oh yeah, that's a new word. Let's incorporate that shit. Let's put it in. We'll put it in the book.
Yeah. Actually, receptionist is also an Italian word too.
I'm actually mildly surprised because I would not have assumed that was a word. I just that was the first word that came to my brain.
We just steal English terms and use for Italian.
I mean that's a lot of like, I know Spanish does that. Like you'll be like I'll be honest, like my Spanish is like grade school at best, but like if you go like mi nombre es like Mateo, and they'd be like, oh yeah, my name is Matthew, because like that's my name, but then all of a sudden you'll be like, oh yeah, like hospital is just hospital. You just pronounce it with like more Hispanic emphasis. It's like, well, you didn't really make a new word, you just kind of accentuated the O's. So I always find that interesting when the people were like, not people, but language does that.
Yeah. And actually in Italian we miss the H sound. I mean, we do not pronunciate H sound. I mean, if you have this word Like this is this mean what I sent to you means I have, and we pronounce it that like oh e basta oh così. Yeah, like oh stop, no H sound.
Is the H sound like completely absent in? Because I know,
Yeah.
like, I'm thinking about it as like Spanish omits something like hospital. It's not hospital, it's hospital. So you just say O, like you start at the O part, or you just completely don't have that like syllable when you speak it.
幹事大丈夫？痩せ我慢とかダメ？必殺！
Because that makes it very interesting.
行くぜペルソナ
I really want to check those words, but I don't want to crash my game right now. Or the stream.
見えたところで幹事しっかりして！ いけ！あそう！
Uh-oh, I don't have enough stats for that.
I mean, the H sound is absent, but it modifies some words. Like if you write C and E, like it's che. But if you write C H E, it's K.
幹事の負傷！こらしっかりしろ！
Are you there?
No, I'm here. I had to turn my head for a second thinking about that. I was like, I don't know how that works.
I mean, if you find a word, I mean, I don't know how to explain that. I mean,
体力が
these
回復お願い！
C and E is like che,
知恵先輩が衰弱してるよ。
and you can say ce l'ho fatta, that means I did it. But if you like say GHE, it's K, and K means like
幹事の負傷！こらしっかりしろ！
that. I mean, like I used the t-shirt that is K. My mom used. I mean, you can say I used the t-shirt K. My mom used. That's the same meaning.
That's
Strange, yeah.
yeah. I was like,
Mind blowing.
I was like, I'm literally just sitting here scratching my head, like I don't understand this at all. That
Yeah,
no language I know works like that.
I know.
That makes it like way more interesting. Oh yeah,
I know.
I was like,
that's strange.
I was like, maybe you don't know this about me because like I don't really like talk about it on stream, but like I like weird things and strange things. If something doesn't make sense to me, like that makes it that much more interesting to me.
Oh.
So I'm just
So
like,
you're like,
so I'm just sitting here like my brain's trying to wrap around how that works, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense, and I'm like, it makes me more interested to like learn Italian, so I can be like, how does that work?
it only modifies the pronunciation, but it isn't a real sound. I mean, if you have to pronounce H, you don't pronounce it you pronounce Aka.
Okay, I'm out. I'm out. That's I'm out. I was not expecting that sound. Okay.
Yeah, if you have to, like to say the single letter, I mean, there is an H right there. You have to say, qui c'è un H.
I definitely hear the Aka.
Yeah, H.
That's. I was like, that's. I'm so intrigued, but like, I was like, you know how like learning another language is, it's like much like English, where like you see something and like it makes sense, and then you see like other ways that it's spelled, and you're like, the fuck am I looking at here? Like like all the variations of OUGH in words, like though, thought. Like anytime you put that in a phrase and it's completely different, and you're just like, you're just like, what the hell is this?
I can say all the alphabet for you in Italian if you want.
I mean, if you want to hear me butcher the alphabet, I can do it in Spanish. I definitely can't do it in Italian. I can guarantee you that, though.
Do you want to hear Italian alphabet?
Yeah, sure.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, Z. And the special letters, I cut them off because I don't use them. But if you want, K is K, J is J, and Y is Y, and X is X.
Okay, except for your special letters, I think that's very similar to Spanish.
Yeah.
Like, super close. Because Spanish is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N.
Yeah, do you hear that? Acha?
Yeah, Acha.
Acha?
Yeah, I was like, that's what I'm saying. I was like, that's what I'm trying to like make it make sense in my brain, because I know Spanish. So I'm like, okay, well that kind of sounds like that one, but like that one's not even close to that one. So then you have your Rolodex of languages where you're like, no, that's not Spanish. No, that's not like Japanese. All right, let me go to other. I have a little bit of like Germanic blood in me, so I'm like, all right, that's not German. So I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
I'm uploading an image for you on Discord, and you can read all the pronunciation.
I will gladly look at that when I'm at a point
After
where my
this,
I was like, when my thing doesn't literally
Crash.
give me
Yeah, I understand this.
Yeah, don't ever mistake me not doing something immediately like I don't care or anything. It's like I literally just don't want to like ruin what I'm working on.
I know, I remember these old days with the 3DS and the Pokemon game, and you're just eating in a restaurant and you don't have the charger, and you lose all your progress on your Pokemon game, and you're like, motherfucker.
I know, I was like, say no more, I know exactly what you mean. I was like, I definitely grew up in the old Game Boy Color and Game Boy. What's the little square rectangle or the square one called? That has like the flip out.
GameCube.
No, not the GameCube.
No.
The handheld where it's like literally a square and it like flips out the screen. It's like Game Boy. Like SP or I can't remember what that one's called. I know it has like a little flip out.
The SP.
Is it SP?
Yeah, it's the SP.
Yeah, I had that one, and I used to play like a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, and each turn, or each game, you had to play the entire game out, and those were like 30 or 40-minute matches, depending on how bad it was. And if like the power cut out or like the game froze, you had to redo the whole match. I'm just like, oh. Like-
Or the... Do you remember the PS2? If you didn't have a memory card, you couldn't save your progress, and if there was a power cut, you just lose all your progress.
I do remember other people having a PlayStation 2. I never had one, but I remember that exact issue. That's the same thing I think of when I had GameCube.
幹事大丈夫？
Because the
Yeah.
the two games that killed me every time they forced you to save at certain intervals, one was Metroid Prime. Because you can only go to, I was like, if you know anything about Metroid slash like those like type of games, you have to only save at specific terminals. You gotta actually
Yeah,
physically
like
walk to.
Undertale.
Yeah, like that. And the second one was Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, which also was the same way.
Paper Mario.
Yeah. So each time I played those, it was
Remember Paper
brutal.
Mario. And oh my god, I'm lagging.
今なら全部俺の出番だ。
Oh,
That's okay, take your time.
okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. I mean, that was annoying. Really annoying. Like when I had the crappiest PC possible with an Intel Pentium and no dedicated GPU, and it did crash for like even opening Internet Explorer, and it was so annoying. It did run Minecraft at 5 FPS, and I don't want to explain that. That was so painful for me. So I don't.
No, I completely understand.
I mean, I changed my Pentium with a Ryzen 7, so there is the difference. And I noticed that difference. Actually, I had a GTX 1060, if I remember correctly, and it wasn't bad, but it was only it had only 3 gigabytes of VRAM, and it was annoying because you couldn't set the texture to max resolution because it just starts to use your normal RAM that is actually slower than the PCI on the PCI chips on the GPU, and it was really annoying. So I changed that for a 2060 that I have now. Yeah, I could, but I mean, even a 1070 was good, but they cost like the same, and 2060 has RTX, so I said let's pick the 2060, and yeah, it can run Rainbow Six Siege at ultra settings in 1080p at 144 Hz, so it's good.
I was like, I'm jealous
Especially-
because you definitely have a better graphics card than I do.
What graphics card do you own?
I still have my original Alienware built PC from 2017, so if you can remember it that far back, I have a 1080.
1080?
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, it's not bad, but you miss RTX technology. You can only emulate RTX by software, and it's laggy. So laggy. I tried the RTX on a 1660, and like Cyberpunk at low settings with full RTX, it's 12 FPS on 1080p. So
I attempted to play Cyberpunk on stream, so if you know the math on the back end, then you know how that went.
気がついたか手間かけさせやがって
yeah, I can imagine.
I don't wear glasses, but I attempted to adjust glasses. Like, is this a PowerPoint? What am I watching?
Yeah, I can run it at
お前ら一体
full
何なんだよ
RTX, full DLSS that just increases your FPS, and but 45 FPS average, so it's really low, but it's full RTX, so better than nothing.
No, that sounds great. Honestly, like if I had the disposable income to upgrade my PC, I totally would. Actually, to be honest, because I originally tried to get computers / like specifically like pick the ones that you can upgrade, but every time it comes around to time for me to get a new PC or to look into upgrading it, they're like so outdated that it doesn't matter, and I have to basically buy a new one.
Yeah, I started with a pre-built PC, but trust me, build it by yourself. It's more convenient. It costs less, and you can upgrade it really frequently without having to know how the fuck this case has to be disassembled or things like that, or having motherboard compatibility issues, because I had the pre-built PC and I wanted to change my motherboard because I just had the RAM slots and the actual RAM were dead, almost dead. I mean, the paging file was almost dead, and it crashed my computer every time I like open the Meet Classroom or things like that. My PC, even with a Ryzen 7 and 2016, just crashed, and it was really annoying. So I decided to change my motherboard, the RAM, and I discovered that my old case didn't fit any of the aftermarket motherboards. It only fits his motherboard that is built for this PC, and I just changed case because I don't want to stick with an old motherboard that limits your RAM to 2133 megahertz. And that's annoying. I mean, if you run your RAM at a higher frequency, you notice the change. Yeah. It's like an higher refresh rate. It's really noticeable.
No, that definitely makes sense.
That's why. Yeah.
The only thing I can think of nowadays, especially like lately with the new 30 or the 3000 series, is it seems like a lot of the pre-builts are actually like cheaper / more affordable than actually trying to like piece it out / like build your own, because like it's so hard to find an actual like 30 series GPU or graphics card.
Yeah, they're like gold in a river.
True. I was looking on Amazon. I was like, I don't see anything here. I went to every single like Best Buy or anywhere that would sell parts.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't see it. You go to eBay, everywhere is like, oh yeah, you want this like supposedly $500-$600 graphics card? Oh yeah, we'll sell it to you for like 2-3 Gs. I'm like, if you're gonna sell me the one piece for that, why don't I just buy a pre-built for that same price?
The same thing is happening now. Just happened in 2017, because the old 1060 and 1070, 1080 were so good for cryptocurrency mining, and they discovered that even this 3000 series is good for cryptocurrency mining, and even the 1660 and the 1650 are good for mining, so you can find any of these GPUs.
Well, and people hated the 20 series so much just because they were so expensive and like not that much better than the 1600 series. You can continue after, but just like, yeah, as an aside, they were just not that great compared to like the previous model that nobody bought into them, even though they were like double the price.
Yeah. And actually, I
笑える
oh I don't remember what I wanted to say.
Oh, that's fine. You know what? It's not like anything super important's going on. It's not like you're talking to like a waiting chat room that's hanging on every single word you say. It's
Yeah.
it's literally just you and me. So you can take all the
Yeah, I
time you
know.
want.
誰だってよかった
Actually, what CPU do you
ムカつくやつ
have you got? I mean, if you can remember what CPU you got.
I think I got like an i7.
Generation
で
matters.
もいい
I think I have an
You could have
i7
the
like
first-
770. Or
Oh, that's a
7700.
good CPU.
Yeah, I don't have the K, I think, because I think the K is the one that needs the liquid cooling overclock. I think I have like the
It doesn't.
770i.
It doesn't need
こんなやつ
liquid cooling.
It needs liquid
is
cooling if
only-
you overclock it.
Yeah, because it's unlocked.
Yeah.
But there, ASRock developed a way to overclock this locked CPU by only delivering more voltage to the CPU. But Intel fixed this and just removed
何
the possibility to
俺を
overclock
殺そう
them.
っての
So,
Yeah.
so only the sixth generation, I think, or the seventh, can be overclocked with these old ASRock motherboards.
思い上がれ
And even Asus, because Asus developed a similar thing. They just stole the technology and named it a different way.
Yeah, I haven't actually looked into much overclocking on my end just because a lot of my issues, especially with streaming, don't really come from CPU and intensive stuff. It's mostly just on the graphics card itself, not being able to process well.
And, yeah, I overclocked my CPU actually from 3 gigahertz to 3.8, 3.7 gigahertz.
何ぼさっ
like,
としてんだよ
Mhm.
with a liquid cooler, and it's not bad,
そうだな
but it could be better because it's a 120 millimeters cooler, so it's small, but it's okay.
Yeah, I was like, I can't even fathom doing that or overclocking my CPU because every time I look at it, when I played
さ嬉しそうだった
the old COD, I guess it's old. It was new when I got it, but the COD like 2019 Modern Warfare. My CPU was like at 88, 89 Celsius. So I was like, that's,
Oh.
yeah, I was like,
At the
that's hot.
limit.
That's hot.
That's the limit, like 90 degrees and you start damaging your CPU. So,
Well, yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to overclock this.
but there are some coolers,
これで俺らの
air
休みも終
coolers
わり
actually, not liquid, that are better than some liquid
目立
coolers,
ちたいだけなんて
and
あんまりだよ
they cost
あい
like
や意味があれば
$50
いいってことじゃなくて
on Amazon.
Mm.
Like
分かってるよ
the Noctua one, it's the one of the best air cooler
全部
in the market. It's ugly because it's ugly. It is like brown. The
よかったね
the fan is brown and the rest is a more light brown. So it isn't good to look at. But if you don't mind the aesthetic
どこま
part,
で粘着なの
it's a good cooler.
I was
You
like,
can overclock with it.
you're out of your mind if you think I ever look into my computer.
You
If it-
never look into your computer.
Not often. I'm like, oh yeah, all the parts are in there. I'm good. I don't. I was like, I could have a neon.
you-
I could have a neon pink graphics card or like power supply. I don't care.
I think you are one of these person that have like
いい
a
の知らな
dust
くて
nest in their PC.
No, I do not because
You clean your PC, so
yeah, I do. I was like, fun
you're a
fact.
good person.
Fun fact, before I actually cleaned out my PC, because that was one of the things that actually reduced the temperature in my PC, because I was like, you know what? Dust builds in your PC. And dust, when it insulates on things that get hot, it keeps it warmer. it makes it hotter. So I immediately opened up the case, like took one of the I have like a plug-in like a electronics
Air
blower.
compressor?
Yeah, air compressor, but like specifically for electronics, so like it's not like super bad.
It's small.
Yeah. So I blew all of that out, and it reduced my it actually reduced the temperature by like 5 degrees Celsius. Cause yeah, before when I was playing COD, it was 91.
You should change your thermal paste.
サウナの
Probably.
忘れてよ
Yeah, I think it's like
私もみんなの見たかった
so dry now. It shouldn't be dry. It should be changed
全員分見たの
after 3 years
ね
of
花
using
村のってどうなんだった
your PC.
そろそろ
True,
時効でしょ
but
教えてよ
you forget that people are lazy.
Yeah.
And you know what's a lot easier than that is I can crack open the casing on my PC and put a fan in there. And now I'm
Yeah.
chilling at a cool 80 degrees Celsius, and I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That, and also I don't really like touching the inside of my PC because, fun fact for a lot of people who don't know me, but I get really sweaty hands, and you don't really want to touch electronical stuff, especially when you can short circuit your electronics with moist hands.
You cannot short circuits if you detach them from the wall, from grounding.
True. And
you
also
shouldn't.
if you also touch something like I forgot it's wood or metal, whatever, but to displace
You
the your,
touch the mass.
yeah, it was like to displace your electrical current. However, the reason why I don't touch the inside of my computer is no matter what, I've done that multiple times. I have ruined the graphics card of 2 computers
Whoa.
with these bad hands of mine. So, and I've took every single precaution. I made certain
I
to
repaired.
my hands are just really really sweaty.
So you like? I mean, I have an hobby. I just get some money by repairing like
そういえ
iPhones,
ばお前の時何もなかったん
Huawei
だよな
phones, Samsungs, all
Mhm.
these things. And I repaired an iPhone 7 Plus.
さす
So
が
you
先生
couldn't repair an iPhone 7 Plus with your hands, I think. Even if you can actually use, and you should use some external tools, not your hands, but
Mhm.
your hands are useful
か
for some things.
I mean, I changed the battery on my iPhone 6s.
Oh, nah, it's easy. The battery on the iPhone
You-
6 is
You
really
say it's easy, but I also like fucked up my camera and other things. So
Oh,
I was like
How did
once again, you say everything. Oh yeah, that's easy. Oh yeah, I do that as like like I make a little money on the side. These hands were not meant for like delicate work. These are like monkey hands where I'm meant to like break them on things. I'm good at manual
Oh.
labor. I'm good at like
like
ドラマ
Bruce
の
Banner.
設定とかだと
yeah, I was like I'm really good at like if you want me to like take a sledgehammer to something, I'm really good at that. You want me to like be a
that-
doctor with surgical precision? It's not gonna happen.
There is
打ち上げね
an
いいかもい
like I don't know.
くまゆきちゃんのうち行きたい
There is a character
優しきおじ
in
さん
Rainbow Six Siege that
電車不条
is actually called Sledge, and he has a sledgehammer. And
I do know about sledge.
oh, you do know about
先輩って温
Sledge?
泉旅館
I do.
Cool.
I know. I don't think I know a lot about the newer seasoned Rainbow Six Siege characters, but I did watch a lot of other streamers play Rainbow Six Siege.
You should play this game, man. It's really fun.
温泉
It doesn't look that fun when I see every single professional person playing the game spend the entire time lean peeking every single like hallway or corner, and they spend the entire game just leaning sideways.
口に出すなって
It depends on the map. I mean, if it's a small map, it's easier to
今日はちょっと無理かな。
to
夏休みでシーズン中だもんね。
kill someone
お部屋いっぱい
and
か。
have fun. If it's a big map,
ダメくまった。
it could be boring, but there are so many things that happen around you, especially with surround sound that you hear explosions, shoot, like weapon shooting,
あーでも、
and I mean that makes fun for me because these are all little, I mean,
そっか。おじさ
little
ん刑事
things
さんな
that
ら
make
今日と
the
ななこ
game
ちゃんお
better,
腹
I
空かせて
think.
ないかな。
I mean, if these details are important for me, I really notice little details in a game.
先輩たち。
Mhm.
I certainly focus on the gameplay
何を
and
言ってい
the
るんだ
biggest thing,
この
like
人たちは
the
林間学校の時の記憶を
the-
どこへ
the
置いてきたんだよ
Mhm.
or all these things, but I like
あの時はたまた
looking
まだって言
for
ったでしょ。
details. I really like game details. I don't know. It's like
そうだよ。
you
材料を
you like
少し間違
strange
っただけ。
things. I like little details. So
No, I that makes sense. Then I can see why you would gravitate towards a game like Rainbow Six Siege, where like the game itself isn't hard, but like the little details are like, you know, how
Yeah,
quick. Like
I was-
if you know how like the spawns work, and you know like where people pick to spawn versus like where like if you're on defense, like where the diffuse locations are, you can be like, oh yeah, how long did it take like them to get cams into this room, or like there's like so many
Yeah.
variables where there's like little things that I would say is like, oh yeah, like if you have this tiny bit of information, like you know potentially where they picked or where they think that the bomb is or whatever.
yeah, like all the little gadgets, all
Yeah.
the little things. Like I don't know the Ela concussion bomb. That is it's actually
先輩
very
みた
very
いな。
small. I mean, it's hard to see the concussion bomb,
Mhm.
but I mean, it's cool when it explodes, when it does flash the player, the enemy, because it like it applies a strange drunk effect to your player. I mean, all these things that makes me think, wow, they just did they just took this game and seriously, and they just did improve it, and that's what I think about a game, because all these little
お
things
前に一筋の希望を感じる
were in the game at the first phases. I
Mhm.
mean, there were like
俺も
4
遊び役ならで
defense
きるぜ
operators, 4 attack operators, not 4. I mean like 6. I don't know. I don't remember. It was like that's the game. Play it and don't fuck with us. But they actually updated it
Mhm.
very frequently and made it more fun to play for me. So
That sounds good, honestly. Then, based off of that information, I can tell that maybe potentially you're not really like an Ash player. You would be more like.
I'm a stealth player.
That's what I'm saying. I think you'd be more like. What's
Vigil.
Vigil? Vigil's a super annoying. He's the one that does like the earthquake
Yeah.
thing, right?
No, Vigil doesn't do the earthquake thing. But
Who's the one that
ICU
does like the shaky effect that like senses where like enemies' presences are or whatever? Isn't that Vigil?
you mean the one that shoots you electromagnetic waves and like fucks up your view
Yeah, I think it's that one maybe then.
with a drone? Yeah, that's HO.
Yeah, okay. I think yeah.
The one with the drone that fucks up your
Yeah.
visibility. Yeah.
That or like Jackal maybe, because Jackal can like you can see footsteps, so you can get information on like which
Yeah, yeah.
operators.
But sometimes I just wake up and say, wait, I have to destroy everything, and I pick Zofia, Ash, IQ. IQ is actually like a mix of stealth and
Offense.
お兄ちゃんです
yeah,
か
because she's really fast. I mean, she has the maximum running skill.
え
She's really
遠慮してるんだよもっと
weak. I mean, she has if I remember correctly, the weakest defense skill, but she's also stealth because she can see electronic devices behind walls, and you know that there is physics in some walls that you can blow up the walls and shoot through them.
Yeah, I know
Like,
some of the walls you
breakable-
can. Some of the walls have
Yeah.
like penetration or whatever. Some of them you can reinforce with like the corrugated metal, and then some of them
Yeah.
you need like thermite or specific abilities to actually get through the wall.
Exactly. And it's more like there is a
オムライスね
one of these wall. You see like I don't know a camera through the wall. You shoot at the camera through the wall, and nobody notices that you are there. So it's like a mix of
食べられない
Stealth
物体には
and-
ならなそうだ
offense.
Which I find actually super interesting since you brought up IQ
どう
is
した
of all the operatives in the game, especially at the competitive high level, the only one I consistently see teams actually use still is IQ.
Yeah. I love that operator. I have the lead
じゃあ
skin for
食
her.
材取ってくるから
It's actually one of the. If I remember correctly, it's the only elite operator I have.
全員オムライス
Even
なのに
if I
なぜ別々の
like
売り場へ散っていくの
Caveira and Ella and Blackbeard, but
Ooh,
I like better IQ.
I remember Blackbeard used to be broken before they nerfed his shield. I do remember that.
こりゃお前に
Yeah.
全力で協力しないと
Like if you pick
な欲しい材料
Blackbeard,
取ってきてやるよ
you just run the match.
I remember watching like noteworthy. I can't actually remember which is like a New Yorker stream because I know he was like a substitute for a team.
Hmm?
I cannot remember what his team was for the life of me, but he was like one specific guy that I would always watch, and he would literally swear at like his teammates or like the enemy team if they played Blackbeard. I can't remember his name right now. I need to look into it. I'll make certain to have it when I talk to you next. But yeah.
I see. Yeah, it was really broken. It was like a montagne, but you can shoot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of like the newer operatives were like that. Like, I know like people hated people who picked Sophia at first because like her abilities were broken.
Yeah, because
remember-
it's-
Continue.
Sophia isn't like an Ash, but with concussion
フォアグラ
darts too. That's it. That's Sophia.
Literally
さすが見逃せない
Ash
ね
but better.
Yeah,
スペシャルなオムライスって言ったら
that's it. That's why I don't pick Ash, because that's Sophia. So,
あーしてあげちゃおうかな
And then
and a curiosity,
とても言葉では表せないよ
Sophia
辛いもの
is
食べさせら
Ila
れたって聞いたから
sister. And yeah,
あれはひどかった
wait, really?
yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know. I didn't know that Rainbow Six Siege started doing like that kind of lore.
Yeah, that's like a sister battle. In fact,
上司に乗っけられるのも今のうちですことよ
I spoke Italian. Accidentally.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
In fact,
おおお
like there is an achievement that gives you match points, the points that you classifies you in the match, like first place, second place, and all
そ
these
れお
things.
酒
Mhm.
It gives you point, and it's like sister wars. I don't remember, but it's an achievement that you get by killing your correspective sister.
ねえねえお姉さん
I was like, that's
これ
kind of cool.
食べていいものなの
That's like a very
Yeah.
interesting like nod.
Yeah,
まあいいのよ
and I discovered that by playing.
お姉さん優
Actually.
しいなこれももう焼けたよ
Yeah, I never would have guessed that. But then again, like
こっちも焼け
I find it funny how like interested I get in games where I'm like, oh yeah, I like follow it, but like you never like follow it to the point where like you search deeper into the game other than like watching it face value. Like
Yeah,
like I used to watch a lot of competitive Rainbow Six Siege, but I was like, I didn't really know any of the maps. I didn't know like why people pick like certain guns. Or like why would they pick certain operatives? It's more just like, oh yeah, it's like super cool to watch, and I watched it.
あらもっと食べたいの
So I find that kind of
こっち
interesting.
の商品も開けちゃおうかし
Where
ら
I'd have been like, yeah, there's no way in hell I would ever guess that they had a
Damn,
relationship.
lagging again,
姉さん
and I don't know why.
美人だね
Okay,
Did you come back?
yeah,
Alright.
ダメダメ
yeah, I know. It is funny
息子
to
もいるんだかな
like. I don't know a shit, but I
食
watch
べ
it
てみたいん
anyways.
だ
怒られちゃうわ
It's even more fun
あいつ
knowing things like there are certain types of weapons that feature some, I don't know, like some scopes that you can pick for that weapon and you cannot pick for the secondary weapon. Or there is like some operators that feature a pump shotgun and like a normal
事件
rifle.
ついに終わったんだ
Like Dokaebi, she has a pump shotgun for secondary weapon.
ねえね
I mean,
えすごいよね
for primary weapon, but you can choose from shotgun and rifle.
そろそろ
And there is Mira that actually has a rifle for primary weapon and a shotgun, a mini shotgun for secondary
もう約
weapon.
束が済んだからね
And that's really useful.
約束じゃあナナコと約束したら
The fun part about I was like, just as an aside for Spanish speakers, I don't know how it works in Italian, but every time I remember hearing Mira, it always
Mira?
reminds Mira. I know that's
He's
the
aiming.
no, that's the operative that has the like the see-through glass, right?
Yeah.
Every time it reminds me of Spanish and the word mierda, which is shit.
Oh. Oh.
So whenever
No, in Italian,
Mhm.
yeah, in Italian it's not merda, it's merda e basta. Merda.
merda.
Without the actually the I in between.
Mm.
Merda, it's merda.
Merda.
Yeah.
Well, that's not as fun at all because it's clearly Mira, so you have to say mierda. So
Yeah, that's Spanish.
Yeah, I was like, then clearly that wouldn't ever make sense to you. So for all the Spanish
No,
homies out there,
but Mira, like the actual Mira
Mhm.
in Italian, is the same word and it means aiming. Like I'm aiming at that
クマは
spot.
先生たち
Sto
に
mirando in
約
quel
束を果
punto.
たしてもらったよね
Mirando, that's a verb.
Mm.
Oppure, I mean, like, she aims at that spot. Is like, lei mira in quel punto.
So then like, what does mirando mean?
Mirando is aiming. Like the, it's a variation of the verb.
Oh, okay. Because it's like mirando
it's the same meaning.
in Spanish is like look. So aiming, look, it's kind of the similar. So I'm like, all right, that's kind of
Yeah.
that's kind of cool how they kind of play off each other and they kind of work similarly.
Yeah. Why
Man.
am I scrolling in
ナナちゃんと
Twitch terms of service?
遊ぶ約束
I don't know why are you scrolling in Twitch terms of service? Did you break any terms of service?
Yeah,
クマの方からじゃなくて
I did.
What did you do? Well, don't say it out loud, but like, what are you doing that you did that?
ありがとう
Because literally don't do
I
that.
stole a candy
You stole a candy? Oh my god.
from Twitch. Yeah.
Well, maybe you should give it back. Maybe they'll
No.
like maybe they won't be mad at you.
Okay. I don't think they mind for a candy, actually.
You say that, but you're also talking about a company owned by a man who literally doesn't pay his employees like time off or sick pay. So I think he might care about a candy, to be honest.
Oh. I'm sorry then, but I cannot shit the candy and give it back to you. So,
Well, he's gonna send his lawyers after you, so you better you better be prepared.
yeah.
はあバッカだな。
Okay.
当たり前だろ。勝手に職場放棄すんな。だいたいお前がいなくなったら。
できたーはい邪魔邪魔先輩
Actually, let me see how much those Rainbow Six cost on.
It's probably not that much. I would assume that like it's usually cheaper when there's a sale and or like a big tournament happening, but I doubt it's like super crazy right now.
まあ待て。いきなりナナコちゃんに食べてもらうってのは
Let me see.
そのいかがなもんかな
I was。like, I can literally look it up right now, but I have not found a save.
こっち見んな
I'm literally waiting to see what you put in the Discord, but I've not found a save this whole time.
毒味ってひどい
Let me see. Rainbow Six.
俺が一番でいいのか
Oh,
な。いや
$7.
実は何気に期待してんだよ。
Oh yeah, for the base game.
そうじゃなくたって
Yeah,
リセッチ
base
手作りの料理
game.
食べ
Europe.
るとか普通絶対ない体験だろ。じゃあ
And plus the year 5 pass, it's 25 euros. I don't know in dollars.
I was like,
I mean,
25
that's the
euros
lane.
is probably like
ナナコちゃんには
$24, something like that.
no, the euro is stronger than
No,
the dollar
26.
right now. I think.
Sorry, 26. Like, it's like €1 is like $1.13.
Yeah, so that's gonna be like $30 then for me. 30-ish USD.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
じゃあ次私のね
I was like, that's a lot better than me paying $60 for a game I didn't want.
味に
Yeah.
はじゃあおいそんな無
'Cause-
防備に
For all the people that were here earlier when I was talking about playing the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I literally bought that. Me and my brother both bought that because one of our friends who we worked with at our old job was a streamer. And we literally only bought it to play with him when he streamed, and then he quit streaming.
何か言ってよ
So we essentially wasted $60 to play, and then we had to play a game we didn't really want to play by ourselves because our friend stopped streaming and then stopped playing games for a while.
不毛な味っていうか
That's sad.
It is sad, but also at the same time, now everyone thinks that we're like professional COD players and we care about COD when we're like, no, we don't give a shit about that game at
美味しい
all.
の
We just try to get our money back because we got abandoned.
Oh.
So it's like one of like the funniest stories where we got known for something that we didn't care about doing.
美味しくはないっすね。なんかこう、
Okay.
生で感じたみたいな。
That's strange.
こんだけいろいろ入ってて全く
That's called having friends that like
ある意味
flake.
才能じゃないで
That
すか。
that's happened so many times that I cannot actually tell you. Like counting on my fingers, like I would run out of fingers. I'd need everybody in my house's fingers and then some.
いな味がわからないだけよ。
I don't trust anyone actually. I mean, yeah, I trust people, but after they do something bad, or I mean, not bad, but something that makes me, I don't know, lose something, I don't trust them anymore. Like I
When
trust them.
when they break your trust, or like,
Yeah.
they like say something and like don't follow through with it. I get that.
Yeah.
緊張するな。けど絶対うまいと思う。今度こそ。
Unfortunately, that's kind of like as messed up as that mentality is, because I'm also the same way with you, but that's kind of adulthood in that, especially when you're dealing with other adults who have like full-time jobs and whatnot, like you can get people to say or do something, but like a lot of bad shit happens. Like, surprise, where like in coronavirus, you know, day 300 plus of what was supposed to be like a 2-week pandemic that everyone was supposed to just like get through and be done with, that we're still doing. Yeah, I was like, that kind of fucked up everybody's plans. Not just like, oh yeah, you can't hang out with people anymore. Like, no, like a lot of people died. A lot of people got sick. A lot of things that people were planning on doing changed. Like, jobs completely disappeared. So like, I understand real life will ruin that stuff. But like, it's hard to like trust people when like they can't follow through even when things happen. So
まずい。
I understand what
Yeah.
you mean, but you have to like, depending on the person, depending on how well you know them, you definitely have to like give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe they're
た
not
ちも食べるクマよ。ほれ。
doing it intentionally.
自分でまず
I
い
know.
といてお前。
Just as an aside, this isn't, you know, psychology class. I'm not trying to psychoanalyze you. Just giving you
I know.
just giving you some side information is all.
Yeah, I know. And I'm also a person
いや
that
ほらでも
tends
さ
to,
前のカレーに比べたら
like-
格段の進歩じゃん。
I don't know, if
普通にまずいってのが一番きつい
if
か
I
ら。
have to, I don't know how to say that.
美味しいよ。
Mm,
ななこちゃん。
yeah, if I have to forgive someone, I'm more likely to forgive someone than to just break a friendship. I don't know. That's me.
I mean, I think what you were trying to say is you're like reasonable.
Yeah, I am reasonable.
Because it's like, if you're trying to break up a friendship because, or like break, you know, like a relationship you've built with somebody just because like they snubbed you one time, or like something didn't plan out one time, like that's the most insane thing I've heard. If you were about to tell me that that's how you were, I was like, okay, well, thank you for coming into this Discord call, but I'll see you like never. But no, that's
Why?
good. That's good. Like that'd be crazy.
Wait. What do you mean with that?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Like I made it. I thought I made it plain enough. Maybe I did too much sarcasm. There was a lot of sarcasm in there. Basically, like, if you weren't a reasonable individual, where you're like, oh yeah, I'm willing to, yeah, if you're willing to break a relationship just because of one instance, like that's the craziest thing. But since you're not that way, you know.
Oh, okay. Now
Ma-
I understood.
Yeah, maybe my sarcasm didn't come over well. I forgot I'm English speaker, so like maybe like English speaking sarcasm things don't go over well.
Yeah. Sometimes I understand sarcasm and sometimes I don't.
普通にまずいこれ。
Well, that's
But
what
in
I was like,
Italian, I'm the most
じゃあリセちゃんの食べてみなよ。絶対
sarcastic
私の方が美味しいんだから。
and sarcastic person. I mean, I used to like joke about myself.
mhm.
Yeah, like I don't know, and I don't know what jokes to tell you because I don't remember. But I used to.
まあ天城や里中のもうまくはなかったけどさ
Yeah.
ぶっ倒れはしないかな
I was like, nah, I was like, you're good. You don't have to like bend over backwards or anything to try to explain. Like, I think I get it. It's like the jokes that are like kind of about yourself that like might not be like in good taste or good flavor, but like it's kind of just like a sarcastic, like funny thing. It's more, it's
Yeah.
it's meant more to be like insulting or whatever to yourself, but like in a funny way. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I meant.
子供にはわから
Oh no, I get it because that's exactly how I am. So as soon as you started saying, it, I was like, I was like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh no, you're me, and I'm you.
私
But that's impossible because I don't live in Italy.
That's what you think.
Wouldn't that be crazy if like you just like went to bed and then all of a sudden you were like at my house and I went to sleep and I was at your house? It's like we like switch bodies.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be like the weirdest thing for like a day? You're just like, oh yeah, like there's no way you're like that person, and then you like go to sleep and it's like, oh no, you guys switch bodies.
Oh.
This only is applicable to me because it's 3 a.m. for me, so like I know it's like noon for you, I think right now, but
Yeah.
ななこちゃん
12.
ね
Not
そう
o'clock.
だよねななこちゃんが一番大人
wait, 12 not o'clock?
Yeah.
You mean
There's
12?
1 minute.
Oh,
No, 2 minutes.
う
I
わ
was like, what do you mean 12 not o'clock?
お兄ちゃんの
Yeah.
Let's-
いただきます
Listen, I'm not awake enough for you to do jokes, alright?
Oh, I see. So I should not
ちょっとしょっぱ
do
い
jokes.
No, you can do whatever you want. I don't care.
Oh.
I'm just
okay.
I'm just gonna be slow.
Oh. Slow reacting.
Yeah, I was like, I guess I should mention it now because I always mention it all the time. But I have like insomnia, so I don't sleep well.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, I've been up for a couple
お腹いっ
days
ぱいになっ
now.
た
Couple days
俺らは減ってる
Yeah, I
けど
think
without
about
sleeping.
yeah.
How?
なら食べる台所に残ってるよ普通
I guess technically I go to bed like a normal person. Like I go and lay down. I just can't sleep. So I'll literally just lay in bed staring at the ceiling.
Oh.
ところでさ提案があるんだけ
I
ど
see.
今度
Oh.
お祭りあるだろ商店街のさあれみん
Yeah.
なで行かないか
I usually go like multiple days or like
Oh.
maybe a week
Wait a
without
second.
sleeping.
うほーひょっとして浴衣くんはかお祭り
ななこちゃんも一緒にさ
Also, hopefully everybody on the stream is actually enjoying listening to my friend Demo. I actually should probably like learn a better name other than his Twitch name. My friend Demo in this Discord call with me because he seemed interested in having a conversation and I didn't mind, and we just ended up chatting since it sounded like it would be fun. So hopefully you guys are a-okay with listening to it while I play it in the background, because honestly most of the time I don't really know what I want to talk about on stream, so the fact that I have something to say or do on the side is kind of nice. Just as an aside.
決まりだな
出店で買うと大したもんじゃなくてもうまいんすよねまた。ふう、今度はまともなもんにありつけそうだぜ。
Hell yeah, I can finally save the game. Thank God. Meaning that no matter what I do at this point, I can hit this button over here and actually look at my Discord because it just minimized my game and I don't know if it's gonna crash it or not, but we'll find out shortly.
Man. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
would you like to hear an Italian conversation? It's not important, so I can let you
I mean,
hear.
if you want, literally,
Okay.
this is about you and me. So if you want to let me in on an Italian conversation, why not?
I don't mind. That's a friend of my dad.
Buongiorno.
Uè, che c'è? Grazie. Ho capito. Sì. No, e quando mai? Non l'avevo visto il telefono, stavo... sto dalle 9 sveglio.
Che succede?
No, stavo al computer, lo tengo sul letto. Perché? Che devi fare? Quale Huawei? Nata volta. Ah, veramente? Ma veramente?
C'è Carlango, si è spaccato lo schifo.
Ma veramente fai? Come hai fatto a spaccare il telefono con una bottiglia? Me lo spieghi? Wow, Gigi, ma solo tu sei capace di fare ste cose. Prima l'hai spaccato che l'hai chiuso dentro la portiera, poi l'hai spaccato che c'è caduta la bottiglia su. Sì. Vabbè. Ok. Ciao. Ma mandami una foto, voglio vedere. No, io voglio vedere. Porta. Ti devo dire.
Così no, per domenica, per su fai per giovedì.
Devo vedere quando arriva lo schermo, io non lo decido. Devo vedere quando arriva il display, non lo decido io. Non lo so, mo devo controllare un'altra volta.
Bravo.
Ok.
Se riesco vengo stasera direttamente.
Va bene. Sì.
Ciao.
Ciao ciao.
Mangi a caso?
No, è che devo fare? Mangio a casa, quello... Ci sta Covid.
Va. E di nuovo tanti auguri.
Grazie. Ciao ciao.
Alright, just as an aside for
I'm
everybody in
back.
the stream. Welcome back. Just as an aside for everybody in the stream, I'm probably gonna end it here right now.
You hear that?
Yeah, no, I heard all of that. I absolutely did. I probably understood maybe like 1 out of every 30 words, I think, just because like they kind of sounded similar to Spanish, but I was like, as we've discussed, who knows how that actually works? Because sometimes they are
What
exactly.
did you understand, actually?
I could kind of just understand when you were like talking back and forth, like casually, like it was more like pronouns more than anything else. Like I didn't understand context. It was more like when you guys were talking back and forth, I was like, okay, like he's clearly like talking about a person. He's talking about like a subject, but I can't string enough words together to make sense of anything.
You may have heard display.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's the subject.
Because yeah, I was like, I kept hearing like stringing words or like connecting words, but none of them made sense because there wasn't enough like information.
Oh, we just talk about... yesterday I repaired this Huawei smartphone and this guy managed to break it today.
Mm.
And I have to change the display of this smartphone again. So he has to to give me this smartphone to change the display again.
I mean, as long as you're getting paid for it, I see nothing wrong with it.
I am getting paid, so
Well, there you go. So it's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
As long as you don't mind too much. But yeah, just as an aside
My
for the stream, yeah, I am
man,
going to be
he
ending the stream right
already
here.
paid me to change the display. Like he paid the display and me, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want him to pay again to make me change the display again after only a day.
mean,
But
he literally paid you for a service. You completed
Yeah.
the service, thus like the contract has been done. If he's telling you to change it again, he should literally pay you for your contractually obligated service again. That's kind of how it works.
yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying. So I was like, might as well get that paper when you can. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. I know that. But I have only this weakness, and my weakness is that I'm really, really generous.
Well,
Yeah.
I was like, welcome to the adult world where it's a little bit more cutthroat than that. So
I know it was like, but I can, for now, get rid of this trait of me. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm locked being generous.
I mean, as long as you're okay
But
with it.
it depends by the person. Actually, if this person didn't do much to me,
Mhm.
I mean, like I refer to bad things. If this person didn't hurt me, I just don't care. I mean, I'm generous. But if it's a person that I like hate, way.
I was like, hello, nurse. Did I hear a female voice?
Yeah, my sister.
All right. But before I pretend to say anything else, is the sister older or younger? Also, I'm not gonna make it weird. Just to be clear. Because that's not okay. Just as a simple question, though. All right, I got Dono walled.
I have to get a shower.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's perfectly okay, because I was going to end the stream anyway, because like I said, it is 3 o'clock my time, so I should probably attempt to sleep. So convenient.
Yeah.
All right, my friend.
Bye.
But take care.
Take care. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? I'm gonna catch you at some other time at another date. Maybe we'll play games. Maybe something else will happen. But I'll see you then.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Peace out. Alright. That was my friend Demo. I actually forgot to ask if he streams, but clearly since he plays video games and whatnot, maybe you guys will be able to see him play games at one point or another. Hopefully I'll talk to him again because he seems like a solid individual. I don't have anything negative to say, whereas other people that pop into my channel, I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I'm not afraid to say like, oh yeah, this person was, like a shitty individual or whatever. Like, Demo's always been good to me. So respect him. I know a lot of people, especially English native speaking people, have issues with individuals who don't efficiently or effectively speak English. They have a big problem with that. Fuck you. He's my friend, and I'm gonna do whatever I want on my stream. Anyway, we got through that whole dungeon that we just finished. Not really a lot of story happened. We kind of gonna have to wait on the investigation to see what happens. We're also gonna have a lot of side story with Nanako and the gang. We're gonna do a lot of hanging out. So you know how it is. After we finish a dungeon, there's a lot of personal story arc stuff that we have to sift through. So ideally / fun stuff will happen on the next stream, along with maybe more silly antics with Teddy or something else. But with that, that's gonna be it for me. My OBS crashed, so I didn't see who came in, but I know DeBoss came in, I know Demo came in, I know Tyler came in, I know Laz came in. I appreciate everyone who popped in the stream today and gave me a part of your day. It means the world to me. I appreciate all y'all being here. With that, I will see y'all later. Peace out, love you, and I'll catch you on the next one, as always. Bye-bye.